There were several projects, each with their own and build files that were all slightly different, and the jars were checked into CVS. But if you come to the Maven, it is not like that. So if you see and build how it looks like all the entries will be available in build.xml, and the jars will be like downloaded from the CVS, and it will be like we have to set it to the build path. So jars will be like how we are using like a Java class, how we are checking into the CVS, how we are modifying the property files, how we are checking into again CVS files. If you want to add any jar to the project, you have to check into the CVS. For example, I have a three different applications. If I have a same jars for three applications, obviously I have to check in 3 times, because that jar belongs to different projects, while other person is trying to check in that same jar with that application one should be get checked into their workspace. But if you come to the Maven, it is not like that. Just Maven will have a pom.xml, so the pom.xml will have all the entries for the dependency jars. It will be download whenever you check out the code from the CVS or Perforce, any control system. That code will be checked into your workspace. If you see, you cannot see your jars in your workspace until you do Maven clean install. So what Maven will do that Maven application, Maven project will have a pom.xml with all the entries of jars. Whenever you do Maven clean install, it will be downloaded from the repository. So basically jars will not be available in our application or any control system. It will be available only in Maven repository. So here will not have any problem with the setting build path or anything, so that will be taken care by the Maven. So this is very easy to use, and we have more and more options to use many things, many plugins. So we'll go to the basic idea. So we wanted a standard way to build the projects, a clear definition of what the project consists of, and an easy way to publish project information, and way to share jars across several projects. Yes, just now we saw. So the result is a Maven tool that can now be used for building and managing any Java based project. Yeah, I am very sure comparing with all the build tools, Maven is the best. Maven is a popular builder tool available for Java developer, and we'll see the features of Maven. Reduce the duplication of dependent software libraries required to build an application. Yes, actually, if we have a multiple jars, for example, I have a common lang jar for one project which is using dependency to other module which is having common lang 1.0, my application 2 having common lang 2.0. So obviously Maven will try to use latest version of jar, and it will reduce the duplication, and it will try to compile our code with latest jar. Second, store all the software libraries in a remote store called as a repository. Just now we discussed all our jars will be available in repository. So we'll have application 1 to application 1, application 2 will have only pom.xml with all the entries of required jars for that application. And so will be down all the jars which are required for the applications will be downloaded from the repository. And third point, libraries private to the organization cannot be uploaded. By setting up an internal Maven repository, an organization can avail the benefit of Maven repository. I think you understand this point. You have to understand this point. So Basically repository is not a public. For example, I am working in a company, so that repository jars will be applicable to the only a company because it is not a public information. So that kind of feature we have. So for example, even in a company also will have different projects, and they can have a different Maven repositories, and they can have their project specific jars also. And fourth one, repository jars has been used by Maven pom.xml. Yes, just now we saw Maven project will have a pom.xml with all the entries of jars. So this is our Maven. So whatever we have seen is very basic idea of Maven. So we'll go to the one by one point what and all we have in Maven.